Hello and welcome to Friday Night Fashion. I know, I'm sorry, we did have a week off. It was all my fault.
No, we had 3 weeks off.
Did we?
But we pre-recorded a couple to have up our sleeve for you.
Ruin the magic of Major Wakeley.
She's been on the beach. On
well, not really. I'm not really a beach girl, but I'm definitely a Sydney girl.
You're less tanned than when you left.
because I haven't been
sprayed
boot polishing myself.
we were laughing that generally when we go away we have a spray tan and then we come back paler than when we left.
That is always me, always. And the sun is very harsh in Australia, so I
it really is
myself.
You've got big gaps in the ozone, haven't you?
It was so amazing though. And yeah.
And you bought a gift for Luna. Not me, but Luna.
Well,
Luna gets a gift.
Yeah, but Luna's a little bit easier to buy for you.
Luna.
And I know how expensive your tastes are, so I wouldn't dare. But speaking of, we are doing, this was like by popular request, and this is one of my favorite things to talk about, is really sort of, to our minds, under the radar brands, smaller brands you may not have heard of. Some of these brands were new to me when I discovered them. Maybe they're around forever, but I just think sharing is caring, and we just want to spread the love for these brands that we love.
Absolutely. And forgive us, some of these brands have been around for quite a while, so they may be clearly on your radar, but we thought it was time to just sort of wave a little flag for them because we love what they're doing.
Yeah. And we love what Luna's doing over there as well. She's just like scratching the couches. My dog does that. She's like trying to
Luna,
hub up the cushions.
You're not even supposed to be on there. No, right. Let's get going. You kick off.
Okay. Now, I think I have mentioned this brand before, but I am absolutely obsessed with Pikol, the shirt brand. And a lot of mine are shirts because that's my favorite thing to buy, I think, is a top and a shirt.
Interesting. The psychology behind that?
I think I just find it's harder to find bottoms that fit and that you're really 100% happy with. So I've got sort of like a core staple of those, and the way I update those is just by zhuzhing up the top half.
And I think you really have a point there, because I do think once you find great jeans, great pants, buy a brand, just stick with them.
Yeah.
Because the fit on pants, I know this because I spent years perfecting it, is fundamental, and it's really, really complex to get right. So when you find your pant, stick with it.
Indeed. But Pikol is sort of like a very small, very slow fashion London brand that I discovered on Instagram through the stylist Angie Smith. It's a guy called Dan. I cannot remember his surname right now. I'm sorry, Dan.
Jet lag.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thanks for giving me that excuse. Now, what he does is he upcycles lots of vintage linen. So tablecloths, placemats, doilies and all that sort of stuff, and makes these absolutely gorgeous, one-of-a-kind shirts. Now, if you look on the website, pikol.co.uk, all of his stuff is modeled by men, and they are sort of like slightly oversized, but there's no way that these aren't unisex.
Yeah.
I've managed to get one. He tends to do drops at 6 p.m. selling via Instagram on Friday nights. It is so hard to get. They retail for between £200 and £300 per shirt. When I consider the work and the originality that's gone into them, I don't think that's bad for a beautiful quality shirt.
So every single shirt is unique. Mm-hmm. That is super cool. And so he's upcycling the fabric and then embroidering it, do you reckon?
No, so it's mostly, he probably does do a bit, but like the shirt I've got, it's like just from old embroidered tea towels. And I think what really caught my eye, he does tend to love vintage Australian tea towels. So he's got all these cute ones with like little maps of Sydney and little koalas and kangaroos and things on it. And I probably will never be able to get hold of another shirt again, but it doesn't stop me just delighting every Friday afternoon in his new drop.
I love the whole principle of that. And I always think that old linen, old cottons just get better and better and better.
And it's just so delightful. This is the word I just keep coming to. Speaking of delightful, hi, Loon. If I throw that, you're just going to keep making me throw it. Yeah. So I'm not going to do that. So do you want to do one of yours, or shall I do
yes,
that one?
While we're on upcycling, I just want to wave a flag for a very famous designer shoe designer called Patrick Cox,
Oh my
who
gosh.
we all remember from back in the 90s with his wannabe loafers and all the rest of it.
I was very proud of my first pair of wannabes.
And he was a legend. He still is. He took some time out. He lost his brand, I believe, took some time out, moved to Ibiza.
So I was going to say, when I think of Patrick Cox now, all I think about is him looking sun-bleached and serene, hanging out with Elizabeth Hurley in Ibiza. I didn't know he did this.
He's been on this whole journey, and he's created this brand called Doors of Perception. And basically, I really don't need that. He upcycles, like my Army Parkers, he upcycles.
I really like that.
But he gets it all embroidered in Ibiza, and I love the story behind it. So he's got Army Parkers, he's got great sweatshirts, he's got things for kids, he's got backpacks, with cute embroideries on them. They're not cheap.
I was going to say, how much is it going to damage?
They're not cheap, but they are those just fabulous pieces. They're forever pieces.
That is really cool.
And they're completely imbued with Patrick's sense of cool, which is, as we all know, is legendary. So Doors of Perception, I think, he's popping up over London at the moment, different people's houses, etc.
Why do you think he hasn't put his name on it?
I think his name is very connected on the site. I don't think he owns his name, actually.
Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this is totally his brand. It's sort of slightly inspired by psychedelics and his whole journey with those, which he makes no secret of. But they're cool. I mean, look at
I love those.
the eyes on the pockets. It's just, and I love the whole story that it's all embroidered in Ibiza, which is his home. So check it out.
There you go. I've been influenced yet again by Amanda Wakeley.
Well, I've been influenced by you more than once.
Okay, so I'm going to let you choose. Which one do you want me to talk about next? Which one intrigues you?
I've heard of Wiggy Kit.
I love Wiggy Kit. Now, this might be one of the brands that you may well have heard of, but I think she's still small enough that I'd like to give her a shout out. She doesn't do enormous drops every season, which is something that I really like. I have a version of this metallic skirt, but mine's very, very rainbow.
It would be.
Yeah. It's, in fact, I wore it. Do you remember I wore it to that National Gallery thing, and you were there?
Yeah, you look fab at it.
And Courtney Love asked me to go home with her.
Well, Courtney Love didn't ask me to go home with her.
So you weren't wearing the pretty rainbow skirt.
You were obviously in the right skirt, and I wasn't.
Exactly. I did not go home with Courtney Love, and sometimes I wonder if maybe I should have. Yeah. Story for another day.
Episode there, isn't there?
So when you're wearing Wiggy Kit, things will happen, but
maybe not what you want to happen.
My last purchase from Wiggy was something that I just adore. It's a cropped little car coat in a really lovely leopard print, and it's sort of like a brushed velvet or something like that, and I just love it. She's just really good at pretty, slightly hippie-ish, but still very urban at the same time. The average thing will set you back again between £200 or £300. Bits slightly more expensive for a really long dress or something like that,
or for a sparkly skirt.
And I believe she is a relative in some way. I think sister-in-law of Anya Heinrich. Yeah. So she's just got fashion running through her DNA.
Yeah,
she does a lovely, lovely job.
And she's cool.
Yeah.
And Muzungu Sisters.
Muzungu Sisters. Now, let me tell you about Muzungu Sisters. I had to go all the way to Rome earlier this year to discover. And the lady in this boutique, I picked up this shirt again. I'm drawn to
funny that
pattern shirts, and it's this one that's got all these Egyptian hieroglyphic designs on it, and it's still available on the website. And the lady in the shop in Rome was saying, "Oh yes, this is a local Italian designer." I was just thinking, I was feeling very virtuous buying local, buying Italian. I get back to London, I'm like, I really want to know more about this brand because I really liked everything in the shop. They're London. It's a couple of sisters in London. No. But I had to go all the way to Rome to discover a small independent British brand. Now, I've realized that a lot of cooler people on Instagram seem to have been aware of these very talented designers for a long time. As I say, new to me, but such a brilliant discovery. They love embroidery, they love pattern, they love texture as much as I do. That's new collection, that gorgeous maxi dress if I had somewhere to go, I'd be thinking of an excuse to wear that.
I can see you in that.
Yeah.
And direct to consumer, or
Yep,
is it
online?
And no stores anywhere?
To be honest with you, I don't know. As I say, I discovered them in a Rome boutique, so I'm sure they do have some. I'm sure they sell in certain places, but I don't think they have a store. But have a look on their website. It's just muzungusisters.com. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I have discovered, and it's not a new brand, a brand called Arma, A-R-M-A. And it
they had you at the Aviator, didn't they?
They did.
You love an Aviator.
They did. I'm so guilty of that. But it's a lot of leather and suede, which I've always loved. I've always designed in it. And these are beautiful, beautiful forever pieces. It's a Dutch brand. It's made in Turkey, and the Turks make the most beautiful leather goods, I have to say. Really, really talented. Less well known for it than the Italians, for example, but actually they do a really, really beautiful job. And so I would check that out, A-R-M-A. Not the cheapest, but definitely.
You keep saying that.
Well, you know, she walked through the door and she said, I knew yours would be more expensive than mine. Well, maybe that's what you enjoy.
She's just a higher quality woman. She just is.
I'm
in the bargain basement.
Well, no. But, you know, at least we're bringing you both perspectives.
Exactly.
I hope it helps. I hope it helps. Let's go over to another one of yours.
I'm going to talk to you now about, I think, a very wallet-friendly brand called Sister Jane. Again, some of you may have heard of. I think that some sort of like the younger, cooler kids tend to know about them. Let's not talk about this dress. I don't like this dress. That's not the best example of what's on offer at Sister Jane.
I'm relieved to hear you say that.
Again, it's a lot of unisex, a lot of... I really love their shirts. I've got one on the way. This is the hazard of doing this job.
Can I ask you, has this doing Friday Night Fashion, has it made you buy more?
It's not helpful.
It's not helpful at all.
It was very helpful to Sister Jane in this instance, because I bought a black long sleeve shirt that has an elongated collar that is lined in like little diamantes, and I cannot wait to get hold of that. And that set me back £60. So they do really great. I think in fact, I discovered them from a gay friend of mine who was wearing a pink frilled tuxedo shirt.
Right.
They're just really creative. They love sticking bits of like embellishment and like bits of organza on shirts and things like that. They're great with color.
They're good magpies.
Have a look. Yeah. I think that the more feminine stuff is probably a bit too feminine for me. But if you like that sort of prairie girl look, or that sort of like little mini skirted, quite dolly-ish look, then they're great for that kind of stuff as well. But shirts for men and women, absolutely gorgeous.
Quite a find. And what about 70 and
Mochi? 70, they are an emerging denim brand, sustainable denim. This blanket stitching on this jacket here is a real signature of what they do.
I love a blanket stitch.
And in fact, I have worn a jacket. I've worn that jacket around here and you've complimented it, but I've had it in khaki.
Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely love them. I've got denim shirts, a pair of denim jeans, denim jackets. It's all, that blanket stitch gives it that signature. It just makes it quite cool. And again, the price points are really good. So and I think for denim that you will really invest in and wear, it's fantastic.
And what sort of price would that jacket be?
From memory, it wasn't more than 150.
God.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. While we're talking denim, I am going to go on to ELV Denim.
Oh, ELV is great.
Which is gorgeous. It was founded by a fashion editor called Anna Foster. And her whole mission was to upcycle denim. And what she does, and she does it brilliantly, is she will take two pairs of jeans and combine it into one. And the cut is super good. And she's got all sorts of different cuts. She's now really doing shirts out of, linen, bed linen, and all of
cool.
that.
Yeah.
She's super, super cool. and real eye on sustainability. She's winning all sorts of awards. Dare I say, not the cheapest.
Yeah.
But
why do you think that is? Because it's because of the handcrafting?
It is incredibly labor intensive.
Right.
You've got to sort the jeans. You've got to then. It's not just about slicing them up and putting them back together again. It is about applying a pattern to each individual pair. You can't cut like you would normally cut 10, 20 pieces in one hit. These are all individually cut. And so...
Have you got any pairs of them?
I do.
Because I don't have any. I want to check them out.
I think you've seen them on me.
Yeah, I love them.
So I love the ones that are sort of 2 tones of denim. She's clever. She's really clever. And her cuts are very good.
Yeah.
So definitely worth checking out.
Good scout.
And good on the old sustainability front.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to talk to you about Peachaus, which is not an Australian brand, but Australian inspired by, I think the founder spent some time there, and it's like it's all natural, beautiful quality cottons, really sustainable brand. They do pajamas, they do loungewear. I've got a gorgeous pair of red and white gingham pajamas from them that I wear the shirt as not a pajama shirt.
I was going to say, are we wearing those in bed?
Well, it's at the moment, it's the thing when I'm done with the day and I've had an arse of a day, quite frankly, but I'm not ready to feel like I'm getting into bed. So it's my lounge, when I want to feel put together but still lounging at home. Does that make sense?
Are we wearing anything over the top, or are we?
No.
Just gingham?
Yeah.
Not a gingham coat?
No, why not?
Gingham fiend.
I do love gingham. Yeah, they had me at gingham.
And sort of price points?
You put me on the spot. I can't remember that one.
Okay.
I'm going to blame jet lag again.
Okay.
But it's not crazy.
We'll blame jet lag.
Yeah.
We will blame jet lag. So I am going to go to a little cashmere brand designed by an ex-model called Malin Jeffries, and it's called Malin Darlin, and they're cute. They're really, really cute. It's sourced all out of Mongolia, so it's pretty sustainably sourced. The prices aren't crazy, and they're cute. She's got little sayings on them, like Darlin. I've got one that's like a clapperboard. There's all sorts of, she does one with sort of antlers on it. So there's some really good Christmas sweaters on there too.
Excellent.
Over to you.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you about Yaitte. I think that's how you say it. Don't quote me. I don't know if it's Yaitte or Yaitte or Yaitte or just I don't know. What is it?
I've no idea.
Don't make it hard.
Do we know? Do we know where it's based?
Don't ask me facts.
Oh,
it's British.
Right.
It's a beautiful. They do amazing co-ords. They do great, really sort of like paper bag trousers. And their big signature is really cool stripe designs. I've got a very long burgundy and white striped shirt from them that's also got a big white bib. They're just like, everything looks really fresh and timeless. So not the cheapest. I think you're looking at, it starts with a 300 to get a shirt, but really, really timeless, beautiful quality cottons. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I am going to come on to a brand that I love. I think we both love, actually. Been around for a while. Serena Bute.
Oh, obsessed.
Yeah, she just has this effortless chic about everything that she puts on her site. And I think she does a really, really good job. Her trousers are great.
Are they velvet?
These ones are like a double waistband, drawstring. I mean, they've sort of got my name all over them. Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble.
Going to need those.
I am going to so need those. So there's just a real element of cool, but forever about what she does. And I just think everything on her site, it's not endless options. Pants are really good, does really good utility pants, great shirts. So everything has a bit of a sort of and a slightly androgynous vibe about it.
But she's here for us colour fiends as well.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Trini Woodall blazing across her Instagram wearing neon pink flowy trousers, 99% guarantee that they'll be from Serena Bute. She's also a fan.
Yeah. Exactly. Talking trousers.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at Kapara London now. This is a very new brand to me. I discovered this via a friend of mine, Kelly Eastwood, who has a very huge Instagram account called The London Chatter. I don't know if you know her. And she's just curated a bunch of sort of like Christmas brands for a guest that she's been doing. And she made me look into this brand. And it's this kind of thing, this like beautiful embroideries, great shirts, great trousers. I think they also do a bit of homeware. And it's all just, if Kelly has promoted it, it's sustainable, it's ethical, it's a small business that really needs a boost. So,
Looks super chic. I love the embroidery down the outside.
Kelly is about the chicest person I know, so if she likes it, guaranteed I'm going to like it. So yeah.
There we
Besides you, obviously.
Of course. Here's a little relatively new brand that I am going to wave a flag for. It's called Florrie London. Now, this is a young woman who spent quite a few years working for Aquazzura and then for Jimmy Choo, I believe. And she started her own small shoe brand, everything all beautifully made in Italy. And her thing is not killing us with 5-inch stilettos. So there are a few styles on there that, you know, like this one, this strappy sandal.
That's great.
That I think is really, really great. And I am actually sick to death of being 3 hours in at a party or a dinner saying, I just want to take my shoes off.
I will not do it anymore. I will not do it. It's a female tax.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So how much do you think they are?
They are 400.
Okay.
Maybe more.
But
they're not cheap.
No, but for a shoe that's not going to date, if it's of good quality, if you know you're going to be able to pull those out every time you've got to go out and wear something, and you're going to be able to walk in them all night.
I have to say, she does that one in white too, and I you know, it was a shoe that I would have happily worn all summer.
Yep.
And I think really, really chic.
I'm going to check those out.
Pretty.
Amanda.
So you check her out.
You're killing me here. You are killing me.
Okay.
So I have got left Stripe and Stare. Oh, and Daydress.
Daydress.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go to Daydress first. Daydress is, again, I mean, the biggest influences in my life are not on Instagram, they're my friends. And my friend Justine Jenkins came to the pub once in a dress from them. And I was like, where's that from? And I've been obsessed ever since.
Really?
And I took 2 of these really lovely cotton, really breathable midi dresses to Sydney with me. And they do everything. They do barbecues with the mum and dad to dinners with the friends in the evening. Effortless, machine washable, but beautiful quality. I'm obsessed.
And this is British, is it?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Looking good. What sort of price?
I think about £250.
Okay, so not crazy.
Not for something that I have already had in my wardrobe and worn for 2 years at a time. And
I am going to wave a flag for a jewellery designer who specialises in upcycling gold and silver. And I love that. You know, just this strong belief of there's enough stuff in the world, let's upcycle it. And her name is Daniella Draper. She is far from new and far from niche, but I think she deserves a flag waved for her. Whatever she puts her hand to, she does it really beautifully. It's chic, it's cool. And I do think there is room in the world of fine jewellery, and she does a lot in gold and silver, that can be cool too.
Looking at that beautiful picture there of that collection of bracelets and bangles, I want somebody to teach me how to put together a jewellery arm. I'm just not good at it. I put on a bunch like that and think, no, that looks ridiculous. And then I went out with a friend of mine in Sydney who looked like she'd run through Claire's accessories covered in Velcro, and it looked amazing. But you know what I mean, I can't do it.
And did she not give you a lesson?
No, because she doesn't know she just doesn't think about it.
Yeah. But I think there's something about a jewellery arm. More is more. Just throw it on.
Okay, I need more.
You do.
I'm going to look at Daniella Draper.
Yeah, I love what she does, and for Christmas, she's got some gorgeous big chunky rings, and they're just they're set in a very unprecious way, and in.
I was just thinking about asking my husband to buy me some expensive. If I said to my husband, "Can you get me that?" He'd just go, "No." Would yours do that? Why? He was honestly, he'd just be like, "I'm not getting you that."
Well, I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised last Christmas. I was like, "Oh my God, seriously? This is lovely. Thank you."
Okay. Right, there might have to be a conversation before December 25th.
Surprises can happen.
Yeah, maybe. I'll probably have more like asking for some stripe and stare knickers, and I'd be happy with those. Very happy.
There you go. You have been told. If you watch this, even, and which I think you probably don't.
I'll tell you what, my grumpy 19-year-old evangelizes about stripe and stare underwear.
Okay.
Cotton, sustainable, again, ethical, just the most, you don't even feel like you're wearing underpants.
But the bras, do they give you some support?
Yeah, she's got a whole different array of them. I think that might be more of a bikini thing going on in this picture here. They do bikinis, they do pajamas, they do little dressing gowns and things, and it's the most beautiful, velvety, soft cottons you've ever.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Price?
It's not terrible for underwear that really does last and wash really well. I can't remember, but it's not M&S prices, but it's not Asian Provocateur prices either. It's somewhere in the middle.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Really, really great.
And on that happy note, I think you've got our little roundup of some smaller, more niche, not necessarily new, but brands that we really, really love. And I hope you've enjoyed this little edit from Jo and I.
Yes, I hope you did. And please do let us know what you think. We love getting your comments. So please do like and subscribe, because that helps us to make more of the shows. And also, we just love to hear what you think and what you want to see. So thank you.
See you next week.